The notion that technology is a positive, necessary addition to Alberta classrooms is a dominant perspective that is reinforced by government-mandated frameworks. However, this perspective fails to acknowledge the hidden curricula that are embedded in this discourse. While hidden curricula are not always negative, they have the potential to reinforce hegemonic ideologies, whereby the dominant group benefits and the minority group is silenced. Thus, they can potentially create what Kumashiro defines as, quote, oppressive, unquote, education, where students, quote, learn about others in comparison or contrast with self, unquote. Within this process of othering, narratives from the dominant class that support a hidden curriculum are voiced, while narratives that challenge the curriculum, in this case narratives that say stop, maybe technology isn't inherently good, are often too ignored. To begin, it is important to understand that the rhetoric of technology in itself bears a hidden curriculum, which can be a source of anxiety for teachers. Schwartz explains that the, quote, language of the information highway, unquote, implies a business or efficiency-oriented worldview. She worries that this rhetoric diminishes other aspects of learning as, quote, does not assure wisdom. Students must learn not all information is immediately accessible or usable. And building knowledge or wrestling with complex problems makes time and is worth time. Here, Schwartz is making an important point about how the rhetoric of speed and efficiency promotes certain types of learning and discourage teachers and students from engaging in learning that does not involve technology, for then they will be less efficient and therefore less successful. In addition to hidden curriculum of efficiency that is embedded in the rhetoric of technology, Alberta's push for technology in the classroom also activates a hidden curriculum that discriminates against students with low socioeconomic standing. There exists hidden assumption that all students have accessibility to technology outside the classroom, and that in order to become a contributing member to the larger society, they must master the use of the technological resources. This assumption is so persuasive that some schools are asking students to, quote, bring a personally owned device for school for the purpose of learning, unquote. BYOD is one example of how students' access to technology is accepted as common sense. However, the class-based curricula of policies like BYOB perpetuate feelings of exclusion, humiliation, and degradation for those who cannot participate in the technological movement. Even when schools provide their own devices, they are activating a hidden curriculum of consumerism based on the technology that they use. Tech companies strategically use rhetoric that promote their products' educational potential in effort of gaining profit. For example, the Apple website advertises the fact that Macs, quote, help unleash the potential in every learner, unquote. A hidden curriculum of consumerism is embedded in the advertisement. It is the product, not the learner, that matters. Alberta Education transfers this hidden curriculum of consumerism into the classroom through its promotion of iPads. In the summary report, quote, iPads are what we're learning, unquote, Alberta Education mirrors Apple's rhetoric, noting that the iPad is a, quote, paradigm breaker, unquote. By promoting iPads, Alberta Education subtly encourages students and parents to purchase Apple products in their personal lives, as it is insinuated that they will inspire student success. Why does this all matter? Because according to Sluka, quote, technology is never a neutral force, unquote. As teachers we ask, who does technology benefit? Who does it harm? Who does it silence? And perhaps most importantly, how do we negotiate the dominant narrative that technology is a positive, necessary addition to the Alberta classroom?